What's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope you are in good health, your family's in good health, loved ones, all that good stuff. We are blessed to see another day and to be able to walk on this great earth. Everything doesn't always work out the way we plan, but let's make the best of it either way. You know what I mean? So, hope everybody's doing okay. Today is, let's see, a little quick check of the weather. In the New York area, it is currently 83 degrees, going up to a high of 87. Sunny all day, beautiful. Tomorrow, 89. Same thing. Monday, 87, little partial clouds and rain. Tuesday, 88. Looks like a little bit of a thunder shower type thing on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, 86, sunny. And then Thursday and Friday, 82 and 80. And looks like it's cloudy and rainy those 2 days. So is what it is. Hope everybody's doing well. Once again, I apologize, for being late. I had to make a stop, one of those impromptu errands you have to run. Let me tell you, running errands on a place that really works Monday through Friday and doing it on a Saturday, you see the difference. You get less staff, more lines, and it takes longer to get done. It's the worst. And yes, I'm speaking of you, post office, if you're out there listening. Anyway, but we get it done. So, but like I said, apologies. Anyway, yeah, Summer League is games start today, but it's not the Vegas. I don't think it's the Vegas Summer League. It's the other Summer League, because they have different heats. Whatever the New York Knicks Summer League, the Vegas one, I think starts on the 10th. Their games start on the 11th, but we'll talk about that. Guys, so I apologize. I know you're going to be like, what? Ron, you come in late and you leaving early? Yeah, baby. Listen, it is what it is, man. Today is Knicks Twitter Day. So you guys know that, there's a tournament set up. They got basketball games going on. And so I want to go check them out and see what's happening. So I'll be out of here early, way earlier than I normally am. So, and I had a plan to be here on time to start the show, but like I said, post office just took a lot out of me. I'm drained right now. I'm drained. Anyway, shout out to y'all. Walter Blackman is in the building. Salute. As you can see, I'm not even going through my usual spiel, cutting everything. Just getting right to the nitty gritty. Shout out to Walter Blackman. Good morning, Ron. I hope everything is going well. Same for you, Walter. I hope you're doing well, my guy. Nostalgic Nick is in the building. Ron G, salute. What's going on, Nostalgic? Oh boy. Nostalgic Nick says terrible signing. Leon Rose and Worldwide West are on the hot seat. We'll talk. Nostalgic Nick says Mike Brown isn't an upgrade. LeBron better be attached to this move. I hope he's not. I don't want LeBron here, to be honest, but that's just me. It is what it is. If it happens, it happens. I wouldn't be happy about it, but that's just me. Shout out to Andios in the building. What up, Andios? Andios NYK says, Nick fans, if you're loving the content, make sure to give that like button a click, subscribe to the channel, relax, and soak in the experience. Factamundo. Appreciate you, Andios, as always. Lena Franklin is in the building. What's going on, Lena? Let's go. Good morning, my Knicks family. Hope everybody has their best 4th of July barbecue yesterday. Yeah, I didn't, but I hope everybody else did. We didn't really do anything. And now I regret it. I wish I would have planned better, but it is what it is. Shout out to Danny Landis in the building. What up, Danny? Said, good morning, Ron. Hope all is well, bro, and you have a nice 4th. Same. I hope it was all right. Made the best of it. I hope yours was good. D-Rex is in the building. What up, D-Rex? And guys, you already know I'm congested. I already have my coffee. Look, it's down to the gristle, baby. D-Rex says, we got the most exciting summer league in years coming up. Get up, Knicks Nation. Yeah, it's actually got a little interesting squad. So yeah, it might be something to look forward to. Miguel P is in the building. What up, Miguel? Good to see you. So salute to Ron, Andios, NYK, and salute to the chat. Appreciate you, Miguel. Thank you for being a member of the SKF Army as well. Prezi the Boss in the building said we have the best squad ever. This is the championship of bus team here. Shout out to the Don for doing it again. Appreciate you, man. Hopefully Brown will start Mitch, Rob, and play Cat at the 4, and then we'll have a Big 10. I'm not mad at it. Salute. Sha Powers in the building. Salute, salute, salute. What's going on, Sha? And appreciate you as always. As I always say, one, go support Andios on Instagram. Go give him a follow. And two, make sure you support Knicks Real Talk with my guy Sha Powers and my guy Divine. All right. Don't mind me. I'm just breezing through. Cardiac Knicks in the building. Salute, salute. My diehards, SKF chat. What's going on, Cardiac? My 2 cents is in the building. Salute, salute, everyone. This is our year. Let's go. And thank you for being a member of the SKF Army. Salute to you, my guy. Yeah, Prezi. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. But yeah, no, not today, bro. Not today. You lucky if you get me for an hour. I'm out. I'm out here. I'm like, yeah, I gotta make moves. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. But you know, that's okay, man. I've made up for it. I've done a lot of 4 or 5 hour shows, and that 7-hour show gave me some cash to hold on to. Like, you know, that should extend me for a little bit when I got to do shorter shows. You know what I mean? Shout out to Rasul Thomas in the building. Says salute to the chat. What up, Rasul? Tori B in the building. Let's go. Shout out to you, Tori. This is afternoon, good people. Margaret Edwards is here. Let's go, Margaret. Say hi, Ron, in the chat. What's going on? Okay. Randu's in the... What up, Randu? Salute Ron into the chat. Wow. I can never drink iced coffee and not be right. I don't know what it is. Anyway, thank you for being a member of the SKF Army. Salute to you, my guy. Good to see you. Says salute Ron's in the chat once again. D Buckets is in the building. Salute Ron. Anyway, we can sign coffee for the vet minimum. I mean, yeah, that's a vet minimum type signing. We'll see. Allah Wise is in the building. What up, Allah? Peace. Malik Shabazz is in the building. What up, Baz? Salute, Knicks Nation. Anthony Clark is here. What up, Anthony? So let's go, Knicks. Craig is in the building. Salute, Knicks fans. We just need our players to be better. Macau Deuce, play some of the young Knicks, Pacome and Beauchamp. Yeah, I don't know if did they lock up Beauchamp yet. I don't know if it's official, like if he's locked up for another season. We got to see. Shout out to Bagger Jones. Said, "Hey Ron, I think the Knicks should go into the season with this squad just in case at the trade deadline Bucks have so bad of a losing record. Giannis would request a trade to the Knicks. Yeah, I think so. But listen, at this point, really, what are they going to do that's going to help the team outside of what they did? They got a new coach. They added Clarkson and they added Yabusele, and which I think are really, good pickups for what the Knicks need. They're not the best pickups, like you could have possibly found somebody better, but being that we don't have a lot of money, I think these are really good pickups. JJ47K is in the building. What up, JJ? Good to see you. Nick Yak is in the building. 6 days to Knicks basketball. You ain't lying. Good to see you. Earl Garris in the building. Grand Rising. I'm looking forward to the summer league. Yeah, me too. I'm usually not, but this year I am. Antoine Broom is a new subscriber. Shout out to Stream Elements for letting me know. Thank you, Antoine. Appreciate you. Knicks Nation is in the building. What up, Knicks Nation? Good to see you. Appreciate you. All right, cool. So I'm not even wasting no time here. Put the invite out there. If anybody's around, they want to jump on, now's the time, because, I got to keep it short and swizzle. All right. And appreciate everybody that's tuned in. Thank you guys for watching. I know today is going to be, I would assume because of the shortened show, not a lot of people are going to have time to jump on later in the day like they normally would. So, I appreciate whoever's here. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. Shout out to those on X. And once again, today is Knicks Twitter Day, guys. So this is I think this is the first annual Knicks Twitter Day tournament of games being held in Brooklyn. And so you're going to see some of your favorite Knicks Twitter people doing, out there playing basketball and stuff. So it should be pretty interesting. Now I'm not going to promote it and put it up there now because it's sold out. That's it, capacity. But it is what it is. So I will say one thing though, and this is no shade, no slight to anybody, but I still don't love that there's a little bit of a disconnect between content creators on YouTube and Knicks Twitter. I feel like there's still a separation there. Me being one of those people that likes to bridge the gap, I always shout out, give love to everybody in the Knicks community. Doesn't matter whether you're on Twitter or on YouTube. I just feel like, I still feel like there's a little bit of a disconnect. Like we still haven't been able to really come together. So because when I look at Knicks Twitter, I see all the Knicks Twitter people, together on Knicks Twitter Day, which makes sense. But then I see Knicks Fan TV as a part of it. And they are not Knicks Twitter. They are YouTube. They are content creators like us. They're the biggest, but I feel like it would have been nice if the Knicks Twitter community and the YouTube content creator community could have came together and did one whole really big thing. You know what I mean? Maybe that's next year. Maybe next year it's Knicks Twitter versus YouTube. I don't know. Their basketball teams versus, our basketball team. I don't know. I just don't feel like it should be a separation. I think it should be more inclusive, but whatever. Because I say that, I don't know. Maybe I got to step up and maybe I got to plan like a YouTube content creator barbecue or something this summer. I don't know, but whatever. Anyway, let me bring my guy up in here. See if this is set up right. It is. Boom.
What's up, y'all?
What up?
How you doing? I'll be seeing you later today, apparently.
Oh, really? You going over there too? Nice.
Yes, sir. I'll be taking some pictures for y'all.
Oh, sweet. I'll probably be, hanging out around Eru from Die Hard Knicks. That's my guy. And whoever else is over there that I recognize. I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of people I know over there, but we'll see.
I'm hype, man. I'm hype. And I think to your point, bro, we should just have a Knicks cookout. Why Knicks Twitter, Knicks content creators? Just a cookout. Knicks fans cookout. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Well, listen, we'll see. But man, listen, the day is beautiful. I mean, you can't make a better day, so that works for me. I'll take it. Shout out to.
I wish it was outside.
What'd you say?
I kind of wish it was outside, not in a gym.
I hear you. Shout out to Animal Lex in the building. He said, "Salute everyone. We still need a starter center like iHeart. Mitch has no offense. He's a bench center, not the answer." Okay. I mean, listen. Well, listen, that's the reason why I think you might be surprised to see the evolution. I mean, I hope you'll see the evolution of Ariel Hukporti. I think Hukporti will be the missing piece.
He's better offensively than Mitch.
I think so. And I think he's going to get used more this year. And he may be the answer for what we're missing. So we'll see. He won't be a starter, but he'll, it doesn't matter as long as he gets to play meaningful minutes and he can add what we're missing. Doesn't matter if he comes off the bench. It should still help the team. Okay. Now, let me put this up again, guys. I apologize. I know some of y'all already saw this. You're like, damn, Ron, how many times are you going to use this? Look, this is for the people all across the world still. No, anyway, this is for, I had a show on Thursday and the show was terrible, bro. The freaking internet was horrible. I barely got through it. So this is for the people that didn't really understand what the hell I was saying. I had put this up once again about Mike Brown. Right. So this was the good, the bad, and the, not the good. It's just the good. Right. So, right. Real quick. NBA Coach of the Year 2009-2023. 4 NBA championships as an assistant coach. I thought I had 3, but it looks like it's 4. Playing fast and free, Popovich-style defense, strong communicator and leader, as well as very good up-tempo offense. I should have added that. I didn't know it at the time. You know, got to do my research. The bad, inefficient defensive strategy, poor three-point defense. And this is because of personnel, guys. It's not because he doesn't he's a Popovich-style defensive disciple. You know he knows the plays to call to get good defense. He just didn't have the horses in Sacramento. Inconsistent rotations. Part of the reason is because he didn't have the horses in Sacramento. Certain guys he didn't play. And I'll explain that real quick. Blowing leads and losing close games. It's going to happen when you don't have a really good roster top to bottom. You're going to run into problems with the bench. You know, it's going to happen. And then calling out players in press conferences. We already know about that. And I don't think he's going to do that again. He may call out issues with the team, but he may not, you know, single out players anymore because it didn't really do him any justice.
But Ron, I don't mean to interject, but you know, there's a few things there that I just think is like I don't want to give him excuses before he's even here. You know what I'm saying?
I'm giving him excuses too, though.
I don't want to give him excuses.
But unfortunately, like I will say, I'll let you say what you're going to say. I just want to say with regards to the inconsistent rotations, because when we see that, it's a red flag and everybody thinks Thibodeau. It's different, guys. Thibodeau has a system. He played guys that were in his system. And if you hadn't played in his system for at least a year, he didn't really give you playing time. Doesn't matter how old you are. If you just didn't know his system and he didn't trust you like that, he's not playing you. Mike Brown is different. He will play you, but if he sees you messing up, you getting benched. So it's a little different. It's not.
Well, I will say to his credit, the guy benched Kobe, so we're not going to have the favoritism of you have a star player out there, you know.
That's what I'm saying, D-Rex. If you're not playing well, he will bench you. It's not about I don't want to play young guys. I don't want to play if you're playing well, you play. If you're not playing well, you're on the bench. So
on that regard, bro, that's all I can ask for, bro. Just keep it consistent because there were times where I felt like the starters was held to a lower standard than rookies, and I really didn't like that.
Right.
I just wanted to say, as far as the 3-point defense and the inefficient defense and things like that and blowing close leads, Mike Brown was not my pick for coach. Okay. Right. I wanted someone younger, more innovative. He's still 17 years younger than Tibbs, but for me, I'm looking at, is he flexible and up to date enough with what is going on in this NBA that's changing so fast before our eyes? Shout outs to Mets. What's nice. Up? Is he up to date enough and modern enough to defend a modern 3-point offense himself? I have defensive concerns about this team still, even more so than last year. So I'm just like, I'm looking forward to the assistant coaching bench. I'm hoping we can get Johnny Bryant back as an assistant coach somehow. I know it's probably a far, like a long shot, but for me, I'm like, I need Mike Brown to show me like you can defend the modern 3-point line dominated offense. I need to see it. And I'm not going to chalk it up to personnel. I think there is a strategic element there he needs to prove, you know?
No, I hear you, and I think that's fair. But I will say, as far as defensive personnel, when you compare who he had over there in Sacramento to some of the defensive guys we have, even though we have questions about our defense top to bottom, but it's also, let's not forget, there's so many different variables that affect our performance. Maybe the fact that Tibbs was playing 7 guys a lot, and these guys are playing 40 minutes and being tired out there, so you can't get the best out of them. There's a lot of things that go into it, and I just think that for him, I think Mike Brown, look, I'm going to say it, okay? If nobody wants to say it, I think Mike Brown is in a candy store right now. I think he's coming to this New York Knicks thing. What? I got OG, I got Cal, I got Hart, I got Mitchell Robinson, I got Deuce, I got Jalen Brunson, I got Cat. I think he's licking his chops right now. I think this is great for Mike Brown. So I'm expecting him to do something good with this team.
I agree. Also, your audio got a little tinny there for a second. It was fine.
Did it?
But just a little, yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I look like I have full bars, so it's working over here. But I mean, maybe because you're out and about. I don't know.
Maybe it's me. But I did want to say. So look, I'm looking forward to Mike Brown being like coaching wise reinvigorated here because you're really giving him the keys to the kingdom. I mean, top to bottom, this is a really strong roster. Everybody, I don't want to hear nobody say, "Oh, the Knicks don't have a bench anymore." That's out the window. There's nobody who can tell me, "Oh, the Knicks have no bench, unplayable." That's nonsense. They're not even rookies anymore, these 4 guys. Mm-hmm. So that's fakakta, you know? But I need to see, bro, that he has the strategic mind to take full advantage of it. That's what I need to see.
I hear you. Mets, how you doing, Buzz? What's
Fine.
mind, bro?
Probably one of the most boring weekends I had last week.
Was it? Oh, was it you at something? Didn't
Yeah,
you go?
a Christian media convention at Pigeon Forge. Too much faith, not enough fandom, and that's what bored me out of my mind.
Oh.
What is it? Christian Media?
Oh,
okay. Sorry. All right, sure.
Oh,
thank goodness they're moving it to Waco next year because I'm not going to it.
Oh boy, yeah.
Anyway, as far as the Mike Brown hiring, I wanted Taylor Jenkins. I don't mind Brown, but Jenkins would have given us a little more longevity given the age gap between him and Brown. Yeah. The problem with Brown is we see basically similar issues with Thibodeau. A stubbornness to constantly defend the paint and leave the 3-point lane a wide open shot.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same problem he suffered in Sacramento. You bring that over to New York, in my view, nothing changes, at least on that front. The only advantage he has on Thibodeau, at least in my view, is he doesn't have the same Wile E. Coyote complex, done in by his own ego and stubbornness. Everyone that Tibbs has lost to in the postseason for the last 5 years was consistently tactically flexible and pragmatic. Nate McMillan in 2021, Eric Spoelstra in 2023, and each of the last 2 years against Rick Carlisle.
I hear that. I mean, you're not wrong. Look,
I want to play devil's advocate to my own point because I've read that he played 11 guys regularly through the last season, and then across 25 games, he played 15 different players. So if we can see that with this team, I'll be happy. I'll be happy at least on the deployment of talent front. Strategically, that's another thing, you know?
And I agree. I think that as much as we want to say that Tom Thibodeau and Mike Brown are similar, they're really not. Like, okay, yes, they both won Coach of the Year. They both have made it somewhat in the playoffs, but they've never won a championship as head coaches. Fine. And they've both had good talent, right? Mike Brown, maybe you could say, has had more individual star talent, but not team talent. I just want everybody to understand this. Let's make this clear, because this is a little bit like my whole thing is I am no better than anybody else. Everybody has their own level of content, whatever. I want us to all just understand when you're looking at the situation, we're trying to see what makes sense for this team. So let's break it down as close as we can break it. Mike Brown's teams from top to bottom have not been great. Yes, he's had Kobe, he's had LeBron. We know that the colossal talented guys, but those are individuals. You got to look at who else they're playing with. Look at the rest of these guys. Like he had that Cleveland Cavalier team. Like who was on that team? Like outside of come on, man. Like LeBron and I mean, I guess Kyrie was on his team at the time too.
And Kevin Love to a lesser extent.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta look again to see, but if
Cleveland was like from what 2016 to 2018,
I guess so. If I go back and look at the Deladovas and all those dudes they had on the team, I'm like Deladova was pesky. He wasn't bad, but I mean,
you know who played with Deladova, by the way?
Who?
Ariel Hukporti in NBL.
Oh, look at that! Who knew?
They were teammates.
I'm just saying, like the teams, listen, I'm not doing that. There's no need. You guys can do that on your own. But I will tell you, look at the roster and you'll see, compare those rosters to the Knicks roster, to the 9 guys that we know are playing. And those 9 guys are Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Deuce McBride, Jordan Clarkson, Yabusele, and I feel like I'm missing one.
Mitch?
Party.
Yeah, and Mitch.
Oh,
no,
Mitch.
9 that are playing. But those 9, that's a good 9. That's a good 9.
Very solid.
Yeah. Anyway, Sha, what's your thoughts, my guy?
I'm going in right with you with Mike Brown has to be licking his chops right now. Having this talented team that went to 51 games last year, 2 games of being in the playoffs last year. with all the stuff that's been said about them, about the breaking up in the locker room and all this stuff, and Tibbs running the 7-man rotation and stuff like that. Getting 2 more extra guys on the rotation, and Yabusele and Clarkson to extend the lineup. This is going to be exciting. It's going to be something to watch. We see him really implement his plan of his last time he just played. I think one of the first years that he played with whatchamacallit, they had like 60-something wins. So let's see if we can come over here and get these guys motivated, get them ready to play for each other, get them feeling optimistic about what they did last year and how much more that they can accomplish this year. So, and one quick question, Ron, those tickets, to go inside, you have to have tickets, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so too late. I can't go over
Shaw,
there.
I have a spare. Shaw.
You dead serious?
I do. I bought 2 and my person backed out.
Holy shit. What time it start?
1:30. I'll double check real quick.
1:30.
For what? A Liberty game?
Knicks Twitter game today.
Oh, Summer League game.
No, Knicks Twitter. The guys on guys that are beyond Knicks Twitter are having a tournament like basketball games.
Oh, never heard of them.
Mm-hmm. You know what Knicks Twitter is, Mets? Just Twitter, but the Knicks portion of it. The people who comment about the Knicks on Twitter.
My man knows the most obscure Knicks trivia. He don't know Knicks Twitter.
Let's see here.
Can I say one thing about our bench, though? That's kind of pestering me. So, as much as, for example, Yabusele is an upgrade over Precious offensively, and he is a downgrade defensively and rebounding wise. Which I know Precious fell from grace, and I'll be honest, I'm a Precious fan, but I'm not going to pretend he had an amazing season here. But I'm a little concerned that we don't have so many good defenders off the bench. I would like an agile 6'8" defender guy like a Precious coming off our bench, because as I see it, we have Deuce, who, okay, he's a good defender, but he's short. You have Mitch, but he might start. Huck Porty is a good defender, sure, but then Jordan Clarkson, Yabusele, they're not good defenders. Kevin McCullough apparently is a good defender, but his first real year, to ask him to be such a good defender, it's a lot of pressure. But they need to step up at the same time, But I'm just a little concerned that, as much as we're eyeing these new toys that we have on the bench, if you look at, for example, the head-to-head stats, Yabusele to Precious, you'll see that, as everything that Precious is good at defensively, he's not good at.
Mm-hmm.
True. I think it was basically to focus more on when you get away from. I think these acquisitions were basically done as a means to get away from the Tin Man style of play and move more to a quicker pace offensive battle style.
No, I agree, but I think it might have overcorrected a little.
I understand your concerns, Dork, but that's basically, I think, the mindset for the front office. I mean, but my biggest concern is, do you play the guys that Tibbs won't? Hook Porty, McCullers, the draft picks that were basically left to rot and then said, you know what, screw you, I'm taking my ball somewhere else because you got a jackass tunnel vision twit who's so egomaniacal that he won't play the entire bench outside the first 13 or 15 games of the season.
So I'm encouraged because my feeling is that, especially with the front office, they stressed bench development as a big stress for this upcoming coach. I hope Mike Brown is abundantly understanding that he's coming here after Tibbs was fired. Okay, Tibbs was fired for a lot of very clear, obvious reasons. That being one of them. And Mike Brown may have his issues here and there, but he has to understand, Tibbs was fired for X, Y, and Z. You better not do X, Y, and Z, bro. You have to be different.
Well, I do think that Mike Brown, in that regard,
I think he is in that regard, yes.
Different in that regard. I think if people have issues with Mike Brown, it's not going to come from those things. It might be something different. Or I'm
going to keep saying, though, Keon Ellis. I don't want to see no Keon Ellis situation,
yeah,
bro.
No, I hear you. The Keon Ellis thing is a little funky. I get it. So, like I said, no coach is perfect because every coach, even the coaches that we wanted, you know what I mean? I love James Borrega, but people are like, well, what did he really do in Charlotte? And I pointed to he had a great season. For Charlotte, the roster he had, I thought that was a really good season, but people are still they're not, sold on him. So there's
right now, I'm also discouraged by that so many Tibbs assistant coaches are sticking around. I need to see some young assistant coaches.
Well, I don't know how many are staying. I know we know Daddy Brunson is staying, but I don't know who else is staying yet.
Didn't they say Mo Cheeks is staying?
So let me explain something about Mo Cheeks. Even if he does stay, Mo Cheeks is not really an assistant coach. That's a James Dolan favor to a guy that he respects. Mo Cheeks got demoted from his last job, and instead of being out of the NBA completely, James Dolan did him a solid. So he's collecting a check. I don't know what Mo Cheeks is really doing for this team.
I mean, that's nice. I appreciate it, but it's not a charity, you know?
I hear you. I
hate to sound so cold, but we're trying to win something here. Hey,
yeah,
what is going on with Mets over there?
He doesn't affect anything. Like the Knicks know who their coaches are. Just like having Mo Cheeks here with Tibbs meant nothing. You know what I mean? Like, so I wouldn't stress it. I worry about the rest of the roster, though. I mean, the coaching staff. We'll see who else they get, but I really hope they get Borrego.
Me too.
The other thing, too, is even Taylor Jenkins. People love Taylor Jenkins. A lot of us are saying we thought it would be him, but even Taylor Jenkins, some people are like, well, does he hold players accountable? All that stuff with Dylan Brooks, all the stuff with Ja Morant. I'm just saying, like, there's always going to be something you could find that is a negative.
I think that's unfair because really who could hold, what's his name, Brooks accountable and Ja Morant? I don't think there's someone in the league who is going to walk in there and Ja Morant's going to be like very respectful, wearing a suit all of a sudden. You know, I just don't see that.
I agree with that.
True.
But I do think that part of why Mike Brown was hired is because he does hold players accountable. Even the biggest of the big, he's not going to be, Jalen Brunson. He already did this shit with Kobe, bro. It's not nothing to him.
When you can bench Kobe, that says a lot.
And I like that because we do have some egos on this team. We do have like people that are golden children, whatever. But I also think he's someone that as they say, handle the media and can be a voice of the team and stuff like that. That to me is secondary, but I guess they valued it. For me, I'm here. Basketball. I want you to win a chip. I don't care if you can handle the media or not. They're going to be driving you crazy and criticizing you anyways, bro.
Well, I mean,
it's been 52 years since this team has won a title. 27, when we get to 25, 26, it'll be 27 since they got to the finals alone. And after litanies of boneheaded decisions from the executive branch of the team, we're finally back in a place of relevance. We need to keep this going and at least get a title. But then again, when you look at parity and the pattern that we've had with teams that have beaten us in the postseason the last handful of years, or teams have lost in the conference finals one year to get to the finals the next, we may be next on the list.
I mean, the formula does kind of seem to follow that. Who makes the ECF goes to the finals next year. It seems pretty reliable. I think at least 3 other teams have had that happen.
Yeah, true. Boston had that when they failed when they got there in 22. Miami had that for them in 22 when they failed and won in 23. Boston had that for that in 23 and won it all in last 24. Indiana had this past season, even though they fell one game short. And let's face it, if Halliburton didn't rip his Achilles, the outcome of that game 7 would have been different.
Yeah.
All right, listen. So, all right, I took a look at one roster, okay? And I still think the Knicks roster is better, but I don't. This ain't bad. But I
Which
still
team is it?
It's the Cleveland team. The last year before Mike Brown got fired, I believe. And mind you, they were 61-21.
Was that the year they got swept by the Warriors in the finals?
Was this that year?
I hope it's not. For this analogy to work out, I hope it's not.
Does it say?
It had to have been the 17-18 season.
No. This is 2009-10.
Oh, so this was the year they got knocked down in the conference semis, I think.
So they were 61-21.
I'll take that.
Yeah, look at this team, guys. This actually is an interesting team. I ain't gonna lie to you. So they had Jawad Williams, Mo Williams, Leon Poe, Kobe Carl, Jamario Moon, Cedric Jackson, Darnell Jackson, J.J. Hickson, And then here is the names that you might remember. They had Delonte West.
Okay.
Anderson Varejao. They had Sebastian Telfair, Stephon Marbury's cousin.
Zadrunas
They had Zadrunas Ilgauskas. They had Antoine Jameson, who wasn't a bad player. They had Danny Green, although I don't think Danny Green was Danny Green yet. He wasn't the good Danny Green yet. He was still finding himself.
He wouldn't get that until he went to San Antonio.
Yeah, he was a rookie. They had him as a rookie, so he wasn't there yet. They also had, somebody you might remember, LeBron James, and they had Shaquille O'Neal.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
A tail end of his prime, if not completely past it.
That's true. This was the end of Shaquille, but they still won 6. They went 61-21 though.
61.
Wait, when was this?
2009, 2010.
2010.
After the Celtics for Shaquille?
Yeah.
Shaq went to Boston a year later.
Okay, yeah. I'm just trying to keep track.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's interesting. So that's not. I mean, that's they had a couple people over there, but still, I think the Knicks roster that I
half them names don't even sound like real NBA players.
I don't know who those guys. Some of those guys.
I didn't know who they were either.
Yeah, but hey,
I thought that's who you was talking about playing on Twitter today. No, my bad. And Rex, thank you. Rex, thank you for the ticket. I won't be able to make it. I tried. Okay. I tried my hardest. Thank you, though. Thank you.
The wife got him locked up, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, bro. You'll have a lot of fun this season. Don't worry about it.
And so shout out to Tori B. She asked about Precious. Sorry, Tori, but Precious is out of here. Unfortunately, when the Knicks decided to go with Yabusele, that's Precious money.
In all honesty, even if we didn't get Yabusele, the odds are we're going to let Precious walk anyway.
Well, yeah, Precious wasn't happy, but there's a chance that he would have came back being with a different coach and not, But the point is, the money's not there, and 2, he's not taking no more discounts to be on a team that's not going to really use him. He's had.
They say he could end up at the Lakers, which I'd be happy for him.
Which that would stink. I mean, not for him, but for me. I don't want.
You don't want to play against him?
No, I don't want to see him on the Lakers. He can go anywhere. There's certain teams I just don't want my guys to play for. You know what I mean? I just like.
He could always go to the Rockets.
Listen, everybody's going. To the Rockets. Listen,
there's a lot of Nigerians in Houston.
If somehow next year the Knicks don't win the championship, you better watch out for them Houston Rockets. Them Rockets are gonna be crazy. They
were already really good this year.
I know that Rocket team is nuts. That team is wow.
You know what though? I'll be honest. If we play our young folks, I like our odds better against them because that's the type of team, bro, that playing some youngins is going to help you against. I think.
I would agree. You got to really mix it up against them. So the point we were talking about Brown. The other thing I wanted to mention real quick is the Knicks guys. We're starting to see it. We saw a little bit of it this year. We just wasn't ready to face it because we had a coach that wasn't ready to face it. This Knicks team is no longer the defensive identity. We're the offensive identity now. That's just it. It is what it is. The reason why we didn't go further this year is because we didn't buy into it. Okay,
bro. And what defensive identity did we have with this team this year?
None, because we got the biggest defensive pieces like Dante DiVincenzo, Julius Randle, and for what? Just basically to satiate Thibodeau's greed.
Yeah,
well, he probably would have wanted to keep him.
You saying Cat was worse than Julius?
Oh no,
on defense,
Randall is actually a better defender than Cat.
He is a little bit, but he wasn't much better.
No, really, he actually really is a better defender.
To be honest, though, it's more a statement of how bad Cat is defensively than how good Julius Randle is defensively.
Julius Randle is a very good one-on-one defender. He runs into problems. We've seen the problems. When he starts loafing and taking plays off. And his team defense is very suspect. But as an individual defender, he
one-on-one. Okay, all right, one-on-one.
Knicks like from a lot of hardship that we would have faced if he didn't play defense at all. He was good as an individual defender. He actually ranked pretty well at his position.
I'm one of the biggest Cat fans there is. His defense is whack, bro. His defense is like maybe bottom 10 for his position, I think, in the league. It's really bad. And it's not like it doesn't outweigh his goodness offensively, but he's a bad defender. What do you want me to say?
And I will say Cat actually was playing good individual defense in the early parts of the season. But I don't know, maybe, listen, guys, everything it's mental. And when certain things start to go wrong for you, you start to get down on yourself a little bit. Maybe guys are calling you out and, it starts to affect you totally. So even
my man wears a size 22 sneaker.
It's tough. Hey, but listen,
I wear a size 13, bro. I still stumble around.
22, and we never complained about his defense.
Yeah, well, he also couldn't shoot, so.
No, there's that. Okay, well, let's do this, right? Let me put up the summer league schedule as well as the.
I wanted to say, by the way, Ron, kudos for the Udai Baba video. Baba Sanity is here.
Yeah. Baba, I wish I'm so. The only thing I'm mad about is going into it. I didn't realize he was the same guy that I was watching before. I didn't realize that was the.
Oh, you already knew him?
Yeah, no, I saw him years ago when he was dunking. I was like, who is this Asian dude dunking like this? I didn't know it was the same dude.
Is this the guy who got that Chinese kid?
Is this the same?
I think he's Japanese and he got the Baba Slam, Baba Boom, Baba Boosh, Baba Boom, or whatever.
Yeah,
that's
Baba Boom. No, that's Udai Baba.
I think he's about 30 years old, though, right? 28, 29, 30.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, his nickname is Tokyo Drift, which I think
is I love that name.
So which draft?
I like how he plays, but you're thinking of, I think, Ganson Hang or something, who's like the 7th pick of the draft this year.
Oh, you mean
that's what Mets is talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Yang is a 7-footer. This guy is 6'5", but he's got good hops.
He seems like a well-rounded, good player. Like I wouldn't mind him.
Yeah, he's not. He's a smart player. I like the fact that he's got a really quick first step.
Very.
He can get by everybody. So that's interesting. Like I said, but unfortunately, there's just no room for him to make the big squad. But listen, who knows? G League, whatever. If he wants.
Who knows? We might need another point guard. Who knows? He's a point guard, right? 6'5" guy. I think he's a point guard.
Yeah, he's really a point guard, I would say. All right, so this is what we got. So now this is pretty much this is every year, guys. This is very frustrating as a Knicks fan. For whatever reason, every year the Knicks wait till the very last minute to put their official summer league roster up. Every single year. This is still not an official roster, okay? This is just the names we know, all right? So we're talking Marjan Beauchamp, James Nagy, Pacom Dadier, Tyler Kolek, Ariel Hukporti, Mohamed Diawara, Dink Pate, Uday Baba, and Biwali Bales. So I'm not mad at this. This is a pretty good squad to watch. I'll be very happy with this. But this is not the official full roster. We don't know who else is on it.
I also wanted to say that I believe our summer league schedule is much more competitive this year than last year. I think we played much easier teams last year. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, you got to go up against Detroit, Boston, Brooklyn, and Indiana. You got to think about the young guys that are going to be playing. It should be pretty fun. First game is on July 11th at 6 p.m. on NBA TV versus Detroit. So that's coming up.
I can't wait, bro. I'm so hyped for that game.
And then Sunday they'll play, next Sunday they'll play Boston at 5:30 on NBA TV. Then on July 15th, they'll play Brooklyn at 6 p.m. on ESPN2. And then they'll play July 17th versus Indiana at 4:30 on ESPN2. And these are just the guaranteed games. Obviously, you guys know if the Knicks win all four, they'll be guaranteed to get into the little playoff run, and they'll get a semifinals game. And then if they win that, they'll get a championship game. So I think it's 6 total if they win out. And that's why I'm just hoping, bro. Like I said, I don't mind that. Some people might want a championship. I don't care about that. I just want them to play as many games as possible. I want them young guys to ball. You know what I mean?
I mean, honestly, we only lost one game last summer league, I think.
Yeah, and that's how the summer league works, man. You lose one game, it's like it tears your whole world apart.
No, but honestly, I remember the summer league team we had. We had Dwayne Washington. What's that guy's name, bro? Dwayne Washington Jr. whatever his name
Washington
is.
Jr. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he was the guy. He was a shooter.
He was like the campaign of the summer league.
Yeah. He didn't see a shot he didn't like. So yeah. He was.
I mean, I don't know. I like our odds, bro. I would love to see them go all the way.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Kevin McCullough, his name hasn't been officially announced yet. I don't know. And remember,
didn't they extend him an offer?
Yeah. So maybe once that's done, he'll be a part of the roster.
And what exactly is Martin Burchard? What is he? He's only a two-way guy. Is he signed to this roster? I keep trying to find some information. I keep seeing this two-way thing, but does that mean that he's signed to a contract? Or what is that?
No. So every year, the way they set up the two ways now, you have to do them again. So he was on a two-way contract for last year. But he's not on anything right now until the
right. Okay, that's what I thought.
Because remember, we couldn't use him in the playoffs because of how they signed him.
That's right. Yeah.
So as of now, he is just like he's fighting for a spot too. Then
yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
That last spot in summer league, bro, they're gonna be fighting like dogs for it.
Yeah. So we'll see. And Anton Watson. I'm not sure if he's coming back yet. I don't know about him. 2 cents. Shout out to you.
Can I ask one question, Ron? Really quick. Just like, what is the archetype of Marjan Beauchamp? Because I haven't really seen much of him to like be excited about.
So Beauchamp is interesting because he came in the league.
I'm just gonna hop out, Ron.
All right, Mets. Take care, brother. He came into the league as someone who plays good defense, right? But he is your typical, I would say, 3 guy, right?
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, no, I mean the only thing about him is like he doesn't shoot the 3 at like a super high level, right? But he can knock down 3s. It's just that you wouldn't say he's the best at it.
With the 2 scorers we have on our bench, I would really love. I think that's why a lot of people are looking at Ben Simmons. I'd really love if we just got one more solid defender, 6'8" off the bench. I would feel a lot more comfortable. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
No, I hear you. Shout out to D Public Enemy in the building. He said, I want to Shamit back, but if he can get more money elsewhere, good for him. McCullough should be on the team. And that's the thing. Shamit could come back, but he's not coming back for no 1 to 2 million, whatever it is. Like, that's not, I don't know if that's fair to a guy. Like, how many more years does Shamit have where he can possibly gain more money? Like, he's got to take his chances sometimes, too. It's not
he probably played well enough in the finals to earn a spot on another team.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back for $2-3 million. I think he could probably get a servable contract, maybe a 2-year 1-on-1, maybe about $7-9 million. I think he could earn it.
You know what's funny is Tibbs ended up playing him just enough that we couldn't afford him anymore.
Right.
That's how it happens. Nick Yak said 2 years ago McBride played 2-way and played in the playoffs. There is a way. Well, because McBride was a 2-way from the beginning of the season. We signed Marjan Beauchamp to be a 2-way, and the season was already under.
Is that the rule?
Yeah, I think it's about how many. I think you have to play a certain, because a 2-way contract is something. It's supposed to be something like 40-40, like 40 games. You can play 40 games in the NBA, and
that's
then
stupid, bro. Just let them play.
Games have to be G League games, whatever. So
what's his face? The guy who always says, "Oh, it's buzzing." The Knicks content creator from Australia.
CT.
Right. So he was saying that, like, because he, his more European perspective, more like soccer perspective, he was saying, how they have like the farm system for soccer. It's much easier for players to move up and down in that system than it is for the NBA to go back and forth in the G League. It's like a big thing if you go back and forth in the G League, Should be easier. Just you need someone, there you go. I don't understand why it's such a big thing.
No, I hear you. You know what? David Smith says Bradley Beal's contract looks like it will be bought out by the Suns. Would love Beal on the Knicks, who had back-to-back seasons when he averaged 30 points. Do you know how long ago that was, David Smith? Like, I'm sure Bradley Beal would love to see 30 points a game, but Bradley Beal anymore, man.
But I just like we have to be. I so love that point, Ron, because there's so many people have won on the Knicks for like 10 years, and now we're a great team. We can get everybody. Let's go get the guy from 10 years ago that I like, bro. No, get a new current good guy.
We can't even get him. Even if we wanted him, we couldn't get him because if we have to sign him, we ain't got the money for him.
No.
Can't get LeBron. Get over it.
No, we could get him. No, we could get him, Shaw.
You mean going over?
Yeah. No, he could take the vet minimum. He's getting paid.
Oh, vet minimum? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll definitely take him there too.
I mean, my whole thing is, I'll be honest with you. This sounds kind of crazy because people don't like him. And I don't really like Bradley Beal that much anyway. But I'll tell you this right now. If the Knicks had it, I would take Ben Simmons and Bradley Beal, both of them, on vet minimums and put them.
I actually wouldn't mind Ben Simmons, but I wouldn't put too much faith in him either.
For $2.8 million, I'm all in on Ben Simmons. If we could get him, if they talk to him and he talking about coming over here, Knicks make players better. Let's be realistic. Everybody that left so far, majority of people that left the Knicks franchise has been better. Got big contracts. Maybe we could bring them in here and
you're right.
You know what I mean? Maybe we can resuscitate them.
But I'm worried because the scrutiny of being on the Knicks, especially this year, as any player, bro, is going to be so much that mentally I'm not sure he's up to it. That's my main
He don't even have to play. He might not even have to play with all these other players. He'll come in 5 minutes, do some crazy stuff.
The thing is, he's useful as an archetype, so you would actually want to play him. I would rather have someone that's similar,
point guard, rebound,
similar, basically the same player, but just not Ben Simmons, is what I would like.
But could you imagine? I mean, I know this sounds kind of funky. I know you can't put your eggs in the basket, right? I don't even want to say this because then I get Knicks fans. I might get some Knicks fans' hopes up, and it's not going to happen because they can't do two. They could do one. But I just the thought, like having Mitch, Cat, OG, Macau, and Brunson, and then off the bench having Deuce, Hart, Beal, Ben Simmons, and like Yabusele or something. Like, oh man, I like that. I'm not mad at it.
I definitely like it, but we also shouldn't get too like wrapped up in the fantasies of like, oh, we love this player, and that would be so man. Like, I just want to see like I said, like a very similar archetype to Ben Simmons, but someone who isn't so taxed. You know,
my bad. I did forget Clarkson. Damn, this Knicks team is not bad, guys.
Oh, also funny fact that Clarkson is now the oldest Knicks player, and he's older than Campaign.
Yeah, that's true. Listen, forget Beal. I'd probably rather go with Ben Simmons in that case.
Also, people say he won't take the minimum, Ben Simmons.
I mean, well, okay. I could see that being an issue for Ben Simmons because he's not on a buyout, and if he is, he's not making a lot of money. The people who want that minimum are the ones who are already getting paid anyway. Like
Beal.
Bradley Beal's getting paid.
Right. If they pay his buyout, then the money he'd get would be extra.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all gravy.
Right.
Yeah, it's all gravy for him. He's gonna be good either way. He could sit out and be chilling with his family, watching everybody else.
I like coffee. That guy Amir Coffee seems like a good
coffee's like one of my favorite things to drink every day. It makes me a little Amir Coffee's interesting. He might be a guy that his name has come up a lot. He might be a guy that the Knicks could give for a vet minimum. I'm sure he would love to play on the Knicks team, be in the Garden, even if he doesn't get a lot of playing time. Listen, the thing is that we never really have embraced. This is a chance to win a ring, guys. This East is wide open. This is the best chance the Knicks are ever going to get.
We have zero excuses this year.
Yeah,
zero.
No, great chance. So guys might be like, hey, sit on the bench, give me a ring. And you get money for winning a ring too. Don't forget that. So yeah,
you do.
Yeah, you do. So why not? Shout out to Space Ghost in the building. Appreciate you. Good to see you as always, my guy. I think I said what's up to Keith Turner already. What up, Keith? Yeah, man. Like this is interesting. What time is it? 12:56. What time you heading over there?
Me? Oh, you want to share a cab or something?
No, I'm just wondering because I think it starts at 1:30.
I'm heading out probably in like 15 minutes. I'm just getting some last things here.
Since I got to do some stuff myself anyway. Let's see.
Man, I'm excited, bro. Just because, like what you said, like last year there was a debate whether it was championship or bust. This year there's no debate. It's championship or bust from day one. Everybody understands the assignment. Everybody understands what they're coming into. Yalla, get on with it. You know.
I hear you. So I think, guys, this is going to be very interesting. This is, I think someone said it in the chat already, and I think that is probably the best way to go. The Knicks are not going to, first off, the Knicks don't have a lot of chips, right? So whatever chips they got, I think the Knicks are going to hold on to it. I think the Knicks are going to go in with this team. They might add someone else for another vet minimum contract, and they're going to hold their chips to see what happens with Giannis. And that's it. That's it. Like, there's not too many. I don't think, like, the whole thing about trading people, like I said before, I said that I felt 100% the Knicks were going to trade Mikal. If Mikal's going to stick with this whole, I want the max in 4 years, this amount of money, that's crazy to me. But if he's working with them, then there's no problem. I'm good with it. There's no need to trade him. But I will say that when you think about trading somebody, you don't just trade somebody for the sake of trading him. Is Mikal Bridges perfect? No. Is he inconsistent? Yes. But he has a chance to be better under Mike Brown, under a little bit different offensive system. And if the Knicks come in with an assistant coach like James Borrega, the offensive system could be very interesting. So we just have to wait it out and see how it all plays out. But I think that we are probably a much better team just staying the way we are right now. And then if something happens and Giannis is available, the Knicks make their bid and see what happens.
Dude, I want to see 100 different lineups this season.
I think you might. Mike Brown is not shy about switching things up. So
yeah, I think he could be very aggressive with a game by game adjustment to the starting lineup. Instead of always running, you can have a stationary lineup for a majority of the teams, but for some of the nuanced teams and stuff like that, he has some players that you may even see Clarkson start in some games this year. And I mean, with Brunson on the court, someone that could really shoot that 3-point shot that we've been missing. And I mean, like from Josh Hart last year. And I mean, you can see that. I believe you can see that this year. He's a scorer. He doesn't have much defense, so that starting lineup will suffer. But what will help is if they play limited defense and propel their offense. If their offense is more demanding than what their defense is, if they can keep their defense to a minimum and advance their offense, it could be a win-win situation. I see that lineup starting this year. I mean, not every game, but I could see a Clarkson lineup starting. That's what
situational, bro, or matchup based. Like some teams might just be better. It shouldn't be like a big sacred thing, like, oh, you change the starting lineup. If it's for the best of the, who cares? What's the big deal?
The other thing too about Bradley Beal, you talk about inconsistent. He's super inconsistent.
The next guy that they sign has to be some kind of defensive player, bro, in my opinion.
I think so too. I think that's why I wouldn't be surprised if we were talking about all these other people. I wouldn't be surprised if, I mean, I don't know how he feels about taking that money, but I would think like he probably takes what he can get. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring back DeLon Wright.
I'm not mad if they bring back as a pure defender. I'm not mad. I would prefer someone younger, a little better, but I'm not mad.
Yeah, but I don't know who's out there that plays defense that has good height that we might be able to get at this point. I got to take a look at the available free agents.
I'm not mad at that pick. That's a solid pick. Someone that knows the system can grow a little bit more. I mean, well, at least know the players that's already here.
Yeah.
Got a little cohesion with them. You know what I mean? And just to implement a new system with him involved in it, that could be something to look forward to. I mean, I'm not opposed to that.
Again, I'll stress the point. Yabusele is probably a better player for the Knicks at this point than Precious, but Precious is a much better rebounder, much better overall defender. You are losing some things there,
Yes.
True.
Yes.
True. But you are gaining. So the thing
it's a net improvement. Even as a Precious fan, he's a better player. I'll say.
Yabusele too, which is weird, and it's it is what it is. You just have to accept people for who they are. Even though he's not the greatest defender, he's got a very high motor and he's physical. It's weird.
No, he's athletic, he's tough, he's strong, all those things.
Yeah.
I wish we would have another defender over the Precious profile. I would feel more comfortable.
I agree.
I like, and this guy is a little better going to the basket. He could dribble a little bit. He could back
better
you down.
Finisher, all that stuff. Shoot. And also he shoots above the break threes, which nobody on the team shoots.
That's what we missed last year. So bad. Aside from Cat last year, man. We need somebody to shoot.
Only one. Yep.
Yeah. So
he's a net improvement. I'm saying he's a pretty much straight upgrade in the position. But like the rebounding, defensive off the bench. Yeah, exactly. Where's the defense at?
But I want to say to that, I don't want to say he's not better than Precious, Ivory. They're different. They play different styles.
Right. They different.
It's not like they. I think you know what you could kind of say, and I know people. You have to look at this. It's like it's a wash. You know what I mean? Because they do different things well, and what Yabusele does well, Precious doesn't do well. So you know what I mean?
Vice versa. Yeah. Literally, I encourage you to put their stats up, do a head-to-head. You'll see literally everything Precious is good at. Yabusele is bad at, and vice versa. You'll see their mirror image.
It's just different. I hear you though. I mean, I do think that Precious plays good defense, and not when he's matchups against centers, but power forwards and below. Yeah, so we're gonna miss some of that. I agree. I hear you. But
I just really think that they're really super duper focused on offense this year. I think they want to be number 1, number 2 in offense this year. I think they're going to push the pace that way too, man. They got a lot of players on here that can score a lot of baskets. And
I've been saying they should up the pace for a while. Being the slowest team in a league that's getting faster is obviously not smart.
Yeah, man.
They're going to up the pace under Mike Brown. Mike Brown's teams usually have better pace.
I would like to see that. But at the same time, OKC is who won at the end of the day, the best defense. So you have to have some defense, clearly.
We definitely have to have some defense. We do have defensive guys, and I think we need to take those. One thing that I always was always questioned about Towns last year was why wasn't he shooting about 8 3-pointers a game? And I think this year we'll see him shoot more on the perimeter this year to open it up, because with him being more dominant on the perimeter, and I mean it opens itself up in the paint, you know what I mean? And I think we'll have even easier lanes to make driving moves like that, and hopefully we will see some more looks for Mitchell Robinson if he's starting. We'll have more time for him to be in the dunking position to really command the dunking position and maybe get a couple of baskets. Maybe he can score a solid 8 and 8 in the starting lineup this year. We're going to need him to score and rebound the basketball definitely this year.
I mean, I was going to say, like, we really need Kevin McCullough to step up, because other than him and Forty, that's like the good defenders that we have.
I mean, but yeah, Kevin McCullough would be an upgrade as far as his defense, what he can do out there. He's a listen, we haven't really got to see him. Let me tell you right now, I'm going to say it again. Kevin McCullough is the guy. If he could stay healthy, he's the guy, in my opinion. He's a dog on defense. But let's not forget, Pacom Dadier is a good defender too, guys. You haven't seen a lot of it because he's French. He's learning the players. He's a little lost out there with how to play these guys. If you watch his highlights, you see Pacom Dadier is a good defender. And offensively, he can do a lot more than we've seen him do.
And he can hit shots and play defense. He's long, man. He's long, and he got them long arms. He knows how to get around. He just young,
athletic, young guy.
Yeah, he's 19, 20. Yeah. This should be the year for him, man. I'm looking for a good year for him too. I hope that they play him, get him out there early. And I mean,
NYPD in the building.
You hear them coming through.
Yeah, with a nickname that good, he can't be bad, bro. I don't care.
That's not bad at all. That's good. Shoot, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So this is what. All right, I know. Look, this is the bottom line, guys. We just have to face it. And I know this is weird for us. Weird for me. I'm a '90s Knicks fan. Okay, I'm used to my team playing a certain way. This is not going to be this team. In the past, maybe we were 60-40 defense to offense. This year, we're going to be 60-40 offense to defense. Yeah. So the whole thing is,
we'll be lucky if it's that, bro.
I think it can be, because remember, we still got solid, if not great defenders.
We have Mitch, we have Deuce, you have Huckporty, but it's not so good after that.
Don't forget McCall and OG.
OG for sure, yeah. But I'm wondering if like you're going to get more from OG offensively, and then maybe he's not going to be so good. Like I'm wondering, you know.
It's all about this year having Mitchell Robinson implemented early in the year so they can play better team defense.
Yeah,
individual defense makes a difference, but the team defense last year slacked a lot because everybody were trying to patch up the things going for Cat. And this way, with Mitch in there, at least this way, they'll have more of the, I don't know what you want to call it, a triangle defense. I don't know what you want to call it. You have a triangle defense. You have two guys at the perimeter at the two top, always pushing down to the middle to Mitchell Robinson's strong side or his weak side. And I mean, Cat will be off to the side to help on either thing, or OG will be the other man on the other side helping on the other wing. And that like a triangle, whoever's at the front. Even Brunson does it good. Brunson is not everyone says Brunson's a bad defender. He's not a bad defender. He's small, so he gets beat quick. You know what I mean? Once you get around him, you throw a little shoulder and your arm in front of him. Brunson's 6'2", you just push him out of the way. And I mean, but Brunson's playing smart defense also, but the biggest thing this year is pushing everybody to the middle towards Mitch. And if he can stay healthy this year and stay out of foul trouble, we're going to have a problem, having teams going to the basket. Right. I don't think we're going to have a lax. I don't think we're going to be top 2 in defense this year, but I wouldn't be opposed to being top 8, 9, 10, somewhere around there, top 10 in defense and top 1 or 2 in offense. That's a pretty good matchup.
Yo, yeah. I said this before, but Mike Brown, he has to prove to me and the Knicks fans that 1, he could have a better 3-point defense, and 2, late game collapses, bro. We had too much.
Yeah,
we're done with it. We don't need none of that.
Well, the other thing too, like I said, there's a lot to break down in differences between Tibbs and Mike Brown. He has better personnel in order to execute different things on defense that maybe he could. So I'm trying to say all this quickly. Coaches put certain things in their back pocket depending on who they're working with, right? Coaches know how to do everything, right? Especially a person who's under a Popovich tutelage. They know all these different things that can work, but you don't know. I mean, if you don't have the personnel that can execute it. So maybe there's certain things that he could not run with Sacramento that he can run with the Knicks. Because if I read to you the Sacramento lineup, you're going to be hard pressed to tell me who's the defender in that lineup.
No, I agree, but like I'm just being consistent because even if they named Johnny Bryant, who I liked as the head coach, I was not going to give him no grace, bro. There's no time for grace. You're here to win a chip. I don't care who you are or what you did. You got to be excellent from day one in everything. And in this NBA, bro, you have to defend 3-point line.
That's why I'm saying the key thing about Mike Brown is Mike Brown likes to practice. And the Knicks had a lot of issues with their fundamentals, so I'm still going to keep harping on that. Mike Brown is about cleaning up your fundamentals. The Knicks made too many, like the playoffs was, if it's any indication, we were so lackadaisical and not smart with the way we handled the basketball.
It was sloppy.
It was very sloppy. Mike Brown is the perfect coach to help clean that up, and that's maybe another reason why they hired him, because the Knicks are better than what they showed in this playoffs, like especially versus Indiana. That was terrible. Like, we looked bad. Like, that's not.
They were the better defenders.
We looked worse this year with a healthy squad compared to how we played them last year when we didn't have anybody, really.
We lost in 6.
It's nuts. So, also to the whole, for the Knicks fans out there that are a little freaked out by the fact that we don't have a lot of defense and we're changing our identity. Let's just not forget. Indiana Pacers was 1 win away from winning the NBA championship. Okay. With their defense, they're not known for defense. They played decent defense in the playoffs. Enough. That's the whole thing. You have to be able to play defense because defense does help you win a championship.
And spurts.
But you got to be good at something. And
to their credit, though, they already had established themselves as a great offensive team and became a decent defensive team.
Correct.
So if we do that, I'm happy.
Listen, the Knicks showed that they have the ability to be a great offensive team. We saw 2 months of it, or a month and a half of it. So, and
the ingredients are there for the chef.
It's just got to cook it up.
And also in defense, we don't play, all right, let's say 6.5, 7 minutes of steady, hardcore defense, but in spurts, 3, 4 minutes, 2, 3, 4 minutes, we play good defense in spurts. That's what held us down in some games last year. We get some stops. We get those 3 stops. We get 3 good shots. We get another stop. We get a missed shot, and we get run down the court. In spurts, we play good defense. And we can be more consistent. And I think a little bit more, if we could play more of like Mitchell Robinson always said, he couldn't wait till he got on the court and been able to play 7 minutes straight on the court. That's what we miss. Those 6, 7 minutes of defense where everybody's on a string. And we'll get 3 or 4 minutes, then the string will be broke, then we turn the ball over and give up another basket. If we could be more on that string this year, 6, 7 minutes of steady defense, I think we'll be okay.
I agree. There's just one thing I want to say before I head out to Nick's Twitter Day. I'll see you there in a second, Ron. Look, there's one player that I've come up here and talked about a few times. He should be etched in Knicks history. Sandro Mamushkavili. We need to remember that at any point in any game, the Knicks is not a normal team. We're not going to play against normal versions of other teams. We're going to have some guy, it's the Knicks, it's MSG. Let me go for my career highlight right now.
Facts. That's it all the time.
You literally need to plan that into your defensive strategy if you're the coach of the Knicks. You need to understand, the Knicks, you're going to get Super Saiyan versions of whoever you're playing against, even if you've never heard of them before. And that's why we need a good-ass three-point defense, because if you don't, then you're going to get Sandro Mamushkavili 2.0.
You don't want that. And Mamushka, whatever, God bless you. He played so well that he's on a new team.
Off one game as the Knicks, bro.
You know what I'm saying? If you look at his numbers for the year, the numbers don't look that great, but he did his thing against the Knicks. Tell you that.
Bro, you know what I was saying as a joke before? Like, abolish the G League, just one game against the Knicks. That's your development league now. Just one game against the Knicks you developed as a player.
Yeah. No, it's true. And it's not a lie. So let me just say this real quick so we get out of here. To Prezi. Prezi said, still Knick fans, Mitch, Cat, OG, McCall, JB, Huck, Yabusele, Hart, Clarkson, Deuce, Shamit, Daddier, Kolick, McCullough, and Beauchamp, Diawara, Najee, and Pate. Where are these minutes coming from? Well, first off, Cat, Mitch, OG, McCall, JB, Hart, Deuce.
They play in half the minutes this year, bro.
Clarkson, and that's it. Oh, did I say Yabusele? But if I that those are the only guys that are playing, guy. And all those other names, Huck, Daddier, Kolick, McCullough, Beauchamp, Diawara, Najee. Well, first off, Diawara, Najee, Pate, forget them. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. Maybe Najee might surprise, or Diawara. Diawara will be fighting with McCullough and Daddier to see who can step up. And if one of those guys steps up, they make the 10-man rotation and might turn it into even an 11-man rotation at times. I think Huck is the next guy up. I think Huck gets the 10th spot, and then one of these other guys might be able to sneak into 11 sometimes here and there. But that's it. The guys I named, the main guys that the top 7, and then the 2 acquisitions we made, Yabusele and Clarkson. That's it, guys. That's the team. I mean, it is what it is. So we'll see. Anyway, let me get over to D-Rex. Your final words, my guy?
Yo, this is going to be the most exciting, fun year for the Knicks in a long, long time. So many things are changing this year. There's no more TNT, right? It's going to be Carmelo Anthony commentating our games this year. No Doris, no none of that, bro. It's not going to be the anti-Knicks panel every intermission.
That's true.
So many things are going to be different this year. The vibes, the coach, I'm just so excited and happy for the team already. Even they didn't win anything. I'm happy for them, bro, because I feel like it's just such a good atmosphere and vibe they're heading into. There's going to be some good, young, innovative assistant coaches. I'll be happy. No ask.
I can dig it. All right. Hey, man, I like it. Shah, final words, my guy?
Thank you for letting me on. You guys go out there and enjoy yourself today. You know what I mean? I'll be on Twitter today to looking for your hits ups. You know what I mean? All your posts and all that stuff. So don't go over there and just go watch and don't do no posts. Make sure y'all do some some intriguing in-depth commentating and commentating over there with the Twitter guys to let them know that YouTube is still here. All right. Thank you guys, and salute to the family in the chat. Let's get it,
my brother. Appreciate you. And for me, guys, listen, thank you as always. Appreciate y'all for supporting and tuning in and watching. It's always a pleasure to be rocking with you guys. Sorry, like I said, I got to cut the show short, but I am headed over to Knicks Twitter Basketball Day, whatever you want to call it, Knicks Twitter Day, and go and support. You know what I mean? Because that's what we do over here. We support everybody. And hopefully in turn, that love is reciprocated. Shout out to the 190 people. It was 200 like 10 seconds ago. Well, 196 people across all platforms that are watching. Please smash that like button for the show. And always continue to share out and show love to the program if you're on X. And hopefully I'll see some of you guys over there if anybody's making it over there. So shout out to y'all. Once again, smash that like button. It looks a little something like this. Appreciate you guys. So take care. I will see you on Monday night for SKF Weekly. Tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. It is what it is, man. We'll be here. SKF Weekly on Monday night at 9 p.m. with my brother John and my brother Jose holding it down on the ones and twos. Stay tuned for State of the Game this week. Finally, I'm going to be able to do what I hope I was trying to do. We'll be talking about the New York Giants. I'll have a special guest with me who knows exactly what he's talking about. So I'm looking forward to chopping it up with him. And we'll go from there. So next Twitter Day, here I come. Let's go watch some basketball and see the laughs. I'm sure this is going to be interesting. All right, y'all. Still Knicks fans, we out. Hey, as I always say, man, the good, the bad, the ups, the downs, no matter what, we are still Knicks fans. Continue to support. We are ride or die. This is our team. This is our year. Our time is now. Hey, be good. And if you can't be good at it. I'll catch y'all. Take care. Latest.